Caitlin Clark has a shot that stretches farther than most dare to dream, and a toughness that's been tested every step of the way. Now let me be clear, Caitlin isn't Steph, she isn't Bird, she's her own force with a game that's entirely hers, but sometimes the best way to show just how rare that force is to reference the few who've ever come close. In our last breakdown, we talked about Caitlin Clark as the spiritual successor to Steph Curry, the range, the speed, the crowd-silencing logo threes, but this time we're taking a different path, a harder, grittier one, because while her deep shooting is still the showstopper, there's something deeper underneath. Before we jump in, I want to show my appreciation to two loyal viewers whose comments genuinely inspired this video. Deb said, "The realest thing I've heard all season, Caitlin has a long shot like Curry and battered like Bird." And Todd followed it up perfectly with, "She's the female Larry Bird." That's a good observation and it's truth confirmed. So let's break down what that really means. Steph Curry changed basketball by stretching the court beyond what was thought possible. Pulling up from 28, 30, even 35 feet became a threat, a weapon. Caitlin Clark made that weapon louder, quicker, and somehow even more dramatic. In college, Clark shot 37.8% from 3 overall, but dig a little deeper. From beyond 30 feet, she still knocked down 37.5% on volume. These weren't once-a-month heat checks. These were Tuesday night daggers launched with the confidence of a gym rat who knew she could hit from the parking lot, and when she made the jump to the WNBA, the shot came with her evolved. Through her first stretch of 30-plus foot attempts, Clark hit 45.5%. Let that settle in. Nearly half of her logo threes were going in. In a league of elite defenders, that's not just Steph territory. It's Steph validated. There's one viral moment from a preseason exhibition at Kinnick Stadium. Clark pulls up from the logo with 55,000 fans watching live. The net barely moves. The crowd explodes. Steph Curry smirks from the stands. That wasn't just a deep three. That was an arrival. But for every shot that sent fans into orbit, there's a part of Clark's story that doesn't get the same highlight treatment. The hits, the hard fouls, the constant pressure. And it's here, under the physical grind of pro basketball, that a different comparison starts to take shape. One that's not about flash, one that's about fire. Larry Bird didn't play basketball, he survived it. He talked trash, dove into the floorboards, and walked into every game knowing he'd walk out bruised. But he never flinched. He played through a broken back, a mangled shooting hand, and more than a few hard hits that would sideline most players for weeks. Sound familiar? Clark's WNBA initiation has been anything but smooth. Quad and groin injuries nagged her early. Opponents doubled and tripled her. Defenders bodied her up, knowing she's the one who sets the tone. And yet, she kept going, through cold streaks, through pain, through games where she was clearly targeted. That's Bird energy, not just because of how she plays, but because she refuses not to. There's a moment where Clark, clearly gassed and limping, still pulls up from 30 and drains it. Doesn't flex, doesn't jog back, just points to the logo like she's marking her territory. If Curry's legacy is shooting and Bird's was everything, then Clark's biggest overlap with Bird might actually be her passing. In college, she averaged nearly 9 assists a game, double what Steph managed during his Davidson days. And in the pros, she immediately set a rookie record for most assists in her first 5 games. But it's not just the numbers, it's how she sees the court. There's one play 75 feet from the basket, one defender closing in, and Clark whips a bounce pass through the legs of a defender into the hands of a teammate mid-stride. Layup, no dribble needed. It's not just execution, it's clairvoyance. Bird had it too. That ability to make passes most players wouldn't even attempt. No-look dimes, touch passes, thread-the-needle lasers in traffic. Clark does all of that on the move, under pressure, while being face-guarded at half-court. She's not just shooting to score, she's creating the rhythm of the game, the kind of player who can lead without speaking, the kind of player who shifts how others move just by being on the floor. There's a different kind of swagger when you know the spotlight is on you and you lean into it. Bird was infamous for it, telling defenders exactly where he'd shoot from, then cashing it, playing left-handed for a whole game just to challenge himself. Clark's swagger isn't vintage, it's viral. That Elite 8 moment in 2024, when she drills a deep three and points at the logo, that wasn't a celebration, that was a message. You can't stop me out here, you can barely reach me. The memes followed, the cereal box silhouette, the Nike From the Logo for the League campaign. And kids? They started practicing logo shots in driveways, pointing back like Caitlyn did. That's bird-level cultural impact. It's not arrogance, it's performance. And it's not for attention. It's because that kind of confidence is contagious, especially in a league still fighting for attention. Even legends stumble. Clark hit a brutal wall mid-season, 1 for 23 from 3 across multiple games. Pundits rushed in. "This isn't elite shooting," Skip Bayless declared. Others chalked it up to the rookie wall. But context matters. The injuries hadn't healed. The defenses were swarming. The physical demand was relentless. And let's be honest, no rookie has ever been this visible, this pressured, this essential to the product in year one. And still, the fans kept showing up. She led All-Star fan voting with 1.29 million votes, sold-out arenas, record resale ticket prices, and yes, the haters came. But the numbers never lied. People wanted to watch her. Larry Bird had off years too. Injuries slowed him down. He missed entire seasons. But it never tarnished his legend. If anything, the fight made the fire burn hotter. Clark isn't defined by that slump. She's defined by how she played through it, through pain, through pressure, through public criticism. That's what makes her great. Bird didn't just play basketball, he revived it. Before him and Magic, the NBA was floundering. After them, it became a global juggernaut. Caitlin Clark is doing the same thing for women's basketball. Her final college game pulled in nearly 19 million viewers. Her WNBA team, the Indiana Fever, doubled in value after her arrival. Her jersey sold out before she even hit the court. We don't just tune in for her shot, we tune in for her effect. She changes how defenses prepare, how fans engage, how networks schedule games. That's not influence, that's gravitational pull. Steph Curry made deep shooting cool. Caitlin Clark made women's basketball must-watch. Larry Bird changed how we respected the game. Caitlin Clark's doing the same for a new generation, in a new league, with all eyes on her. So, let's circle back. Long shot like Curry, battered like Bird. That line isn't just a compliment, it's a roadmap. Caitlin Clark is walking a path that's been paved in pain, lit by talent and carried by grit. But she's not a remix of two legends, she's an evolution, the kind that comes around once in a generation and forces us to redefine what's possible. Let me ask you, what part of Caitlin's game reminds you of Bird or Curry or maybe someone else entirely? Drop their name in the comments because that next comparison could be the start of our next breakdown. And once again, Deb, Todd, thank you. This video wouldn't exist without your comments. You have brought the insight. I just connected the dots. I appreciate every single one of you who's been riding with this channel. Keep watching, keep commenting, and keep raising the bar. Because this game, it's changing fast, and Caitlin Clark is leading the charge.